Thank you, thank you. Let's settle down now. We got a lot to cover because this is a big show today. That wasn't a joke. This has really got a lot going on today. Regardless, let's get right into this. Let's go into the vinyl part of the show. I want to show some Halloween records. I've been promising all year long that when October came, I would go over some of my Halloween collection, and I want to be true to my word. And so today I want to focus on the non-music records. These are storytelling records or sound effect records, are usually, in most cases, they're both. The first one I want to cover is Halloween Horrors. This one I got mainly for the art. You can see the record's damaged a little there. A lot of these records, I'm not super picky about their condition. It's more of a nostalgia thing for me. The record plays fine, but some of the artwork is a little worn. On this one, it's the back cover I think is more interesting than the front. I love the witches and stuff there. So this is Halloween Horrors. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. There's one I want to give a little more attention to, but some of these I've shown before, and so this is one of those. This is Scary Spooky Stories. And I've shown this in other videos. I did want to highlight it again for the Halloween season. I just love this cover. I love the nighttime blue, and then in the window the yellow and the red. I love the bat and the owl there. I just love that. These are great spooky stories. They're not that great. They probably won't scare anybody now. I don't even know if they scared me as a kid. This one is from Disneyland, and it is Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. And this one, it has some nostalgia value to me. The first side is like 10 stories. They try to create a mood using sound effects. Not very good. I don't think it would affected me even as a child. And then side 2 is the standard sound effects you get on a lot of these records. Now this one I've also shown, and it's a little more interesting. The stories are better, and of course you get the great Alfred Hitchcock narration, Ghost Stories for Young People. I played a little bit of this in another episode, but this is a fun record. I really do enjoy this one. And if you're into the Halloween, especially nostalgia stuff, or you have kids, this is kind of a fun record. Now the one I want to spend the most time on today is one that really had an effect on me and my little brother when we were kids. This is Sounds to Make You Shiver. This came out in 1974. And my little brother and I would play this game. And what we would do is we'd go into a room, put blankets over the window and turn off the light so it was like pitch black. And then we would play this record. And what the game was, who could stay in the room the longest without running out into the light to mom and dad. So first I want to play you a little bite from this record.
So, you want to visit a haunted house, I think I have one that should suit you. That is, if you dare follow me. You will? Fine. Shall we go, then? Here we are at the door. Happy haunting.
So that's a little example. There was a part of this record where I almost always ran out of the room, and I'm going to play it here in a second, but my little brother and I would sit in there, and nobody ever really won this game because once one of us ran out, the other one was sure to follow right behind, because nobody wanted to sit in the room in the dark listening to this scary record. But this is the little section that almost always got one or both of us to jump out and run out of the room.
Watch out. Don't turn around. There may be something behind you.
So those are some of the records I wanted to highlight this week. I'll be going through some more Halloween type records throughout the month. Now I'd like to move into the shout outs. Every week I like to shout out a couple vinyl channels that I've been enjoying, and I have two that I really want to talk about this week. I will link to both these channels below, and I really encourage you to check them out and sub them up if you find them interesting, and I think you will. The first one is Patricia at A Little Beatles Corner. As you know, I'm a big Beatles fan. People think I'm exaggerating when I say I listen to the Beatles every day, but it is true. I listen to the Beatles every single day. They help my mental health. They keep me happy. If I'm feeling good, they match my mood. If I'm feeling down, they soothe my feelings. So I just love the Beatles. And Patricia is a first generation fan, has a great collection, a great knowledge. Please go over and check her out. I think you'll find her charming and lovely. I think her latest video is regarding her addiction to buying Beatle items. Just a fun collection and lots of knowledge. The second channel I want to shout out is Zach at Zackify. Zach has a great taste in records, but what I like most about Zach is his philosophy of he wants his videos to be fun. He doesn't want them to be work. So he wants to do videos that he finds enjoyable, and I love that philosophy. He doesn't have a lot of content over there now. I think he has about 30 videos, but they are good videos, and he obviously enjoys what he's doing when he does it. So I kind of want to encourage him. So if you could go check him out and see what you think, and if you like him as much as I do, please sub him up. I think he would appreciate it. This is the part of the video where I would usually showcase books or magazines, comics, or art. But I have something I want to showcase for my Monday, so I'm going to do that then. So I'm going to go straight into the week in retrospect. And this is where I talk about my week, things I've watched, listened to, things I've done, thought, and I always start with Sunday. So on Sunday, I found myself doing God's work. I got on the internet and I saw my friend David from Garage Geek was doing one of his Fab 4 live stream videos. They're interesting videos. He takes 4 different types of media, like books, comics, records, movies, and he talks about them. He talks about 4 different things. It is a very entertaining and informative show. I was having a little fun with him about doing such a fun stream on a Sunday. His guest that day was Nate from Hall Yeah Comics. So Nate has a little bit in this little piece I'm going to show right now.
Wait, I have a comment. Mark, good morning. That's right. I am. I'm praying to the force. Right. So nerdery is my house of worship. Yep. Fair enough. So what did I think of this book? I loved it. I thought it was so much fun.
On Monday, I received something in the mail I had been anticipating for a while. There's a little backstory here. I have a friend named Todd Colby. We met when we were probably 13, 14 years old, had similar tastes in music, similar taste in literature, good friends. We wrote a lot. We were both wrote poetry. I think we started sharing poetry with each other when we were 14, 15 years old. Well, Todd went on to do a lot of things, and he had a new book that just got published and came out. I was lucky enough to pre-order it. Brilliant Juice. And it arrived on Monday. Now, this is a fascinating book. This is the first edition, and there's only 75 copies. The book is handmade by Sarah Lefsick for Ethelzine and Micro Press. I just lost the page I was going to read. Anyway, this is, I don't know if you can see that through the video, but this is a very textured cover. These pieces are actually sewn on. You can kind of see on the back there. Let me read what it says about Todd on the back. Todd Colby is a visual artist and poet who works in Northampton, Massachusetts and Brooklyn, New York. Colby recently presented his visual art at Picture Room, Familiar Trees, BES Millerton, Platform Project Space, Andrew Edlin Gallery, Legion Arts, and White Columns Artist Registry. He has given readings at DIA Art Foundation, Museum of Modern Art PS1, the Public Theater, Hudson's Opera House, and the Poetry Project, among others. He is the author of 7 books of poetry. Most recently, It's Okay to See Ghosts Now. How appropriate for the Halloween season. Todd is just a fascinating person. He's involved in more than just writing. He does visual work. He's done acting. He's performance art. This man is just a creative dynamo and always has been. I'm going to read a piece of poetry in here called Thanks. Todd has a way of using language that just really inspiring to me. The way he throws words together. There's sometimes it comes out humorous, sometimes it comes out devastating. Sometimes it reads like a Zen koan to me, like there's mysterious meaning there, but it's always interesting. And what I like most about Todd's poetry is it always inspires me to write myself, and he just stirs the creative juices in me. He was kind enough to write the foreword in my first book of poetry, and I was reading his book Splash Date, which really inspired me to I want to get a book out too. And I would read that book every day and then write poetry, and it just really inspired me. So this is a poem called Thanks from Brilliant Juice. I'm going to link to a lot of Todd's stuff down below so you can read about him, read his stuff. I'm going to share a link where you can actually watch him reading his poetry. It's only about 6 minutes long, so it's very accessible, and I think you'll find it entertaining. But this poem is called Thanks. I want to do something that doesn't get me put in handcuffs for taking some bad medicine that got me acting too clownish. I want my presence to speak volumes. When I enter a room, I want people to stand up just for an instant because they are sort of getting up to run, but then they decide to stay because the glow of my entrance is so bewitching. But there's more. When I walk around, I want to thrust my face forward as though I'm pressing it into something wild and sugary. I want the simple act of my crossing the street to be symbolic of something both repellent and oddly attractive. Okay, that should do it. So that's just a little sample from Brilliant Juice from Todd Colby. Just love this man and his work. So check out the links below. So Tuesday, a new video came out from one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's not a vinyl channel, but life is not just records and music, though that's a big part of it. I'm also interested in a lot of different things, and one of the things I'm interested is true crime. I know it seems kind of seedy, but I really enjoy mysteries and true crime videos if they're done well and they're not too salacious. I don't like videos that glorify serial killers or anything like that, but I am totally interested in the mindset and these stories. And one of the people on YouTube that does it in a way that I think is tasteful and, dare I say, fun is Mike from That Chapter. And he dropped a new video on Tuesday about national park horror. Some of them are mysteries, some of them were solved, but I'll link to him too. But let's take a little look at Mike's work.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this little video we are going to look at some baffling mysteries and horrors, all of them occurring in national parks. Every year, in not only American national parks, but ones across the world, unexplainable and disturbing events occur. But today, as always, we are going to look at 3 of them. But before we begin, please subscribe to see new stories for the dark every single week. Now, let's give it a go.
Wednesday was a pretty big day for me. Some nice things happened. One was a big surprise. Others were expected surprises. But the first thing was, it was my daughter Luxy. She had returned from Los Angeles. She had a birthday on Saturday and she showed up on Wednesday. I didn't get to see her on Wednesday, but she came to town and she went to her mother's and her grandmother's first. I was able to see her on Thursday, which we'll get to. After work, I went to see my niece Lily, and as you know from previous videos, sometimes the way I de-stress is I watch Lily play her video games, and we're going into some of she wanted to show me some of her history of her video game playing. So this week she showed me a couple games that she got into very early on. I watched a little bit of HitMan Blood Money while Lily played. When I got home from Lily's video games, I got online and I found out that Emma from 8 Vinyl Low was announcing the winner of, this is a long name and there's going to be a fat chance I remember it correctly, but the youngest members of the vinyl community mega bundle contest, I believe is what they called it. And I had put in a submission and there was a drawing, and I want to show you some of the highlights of the drawing.
The winner of this contest is going to win 5 brand new records. Cheap Trick's self-titled Queen's News of the World, Kiss's debut album, The Midnight Caller's Rattled Humming Heart, signed by the producer Kurt Ryle, and the Gripweed's Trip Around the Sun, all brand new, sealed, except the signed one because Kurt had to open that to sign it. Based off of our youngest members of the VC 5-episode miniseries, which if you have not seen already, gonna keep plugging it, go ahead and check it out down below. So I have, like I said, the little Midnight Callers bucket hat here. I'm gonna turn this around so we can start putting entries in. So first entry, Jack the Music Guy. Mr. Jack with a wonderful entry. Rip that off. Little Stand Tall Flamingo. And we're going to toss that in there. Next one we have is Mark Morris. I love Mark. By the way, I'm going to link all of these channels down below. So if you are 6 wonderful entries, youngest members of the VC Mega Vinyl Bundle Haul, 5 brand new records shipped to you by... Shake this up. Again, I got to plug my boys at the Midnight Callers. Wonderful band, one of my favorite modern bands. All right, shake that up. Okay, let's get in this. Now, should we do, see, this is the question. Should we do like elimination? No, it's just going to be whoever I pick. Whoever I pick is going to be the winner. No elimination. Let's just get right into it. Now I'm blabbing. This is the winning Stand Tall Flamingo. And the winner of the youngest members Mega Vinyl Bundle Haul, long name for a contest entry contest, is Mark Morris! Yay, Mark! Congratulations on winning again. Please send me an email, or you have me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM, however you want to do it, with your information so we can get the 6 records, or 5 records, maybe there's a surprise one, I don't know, over to you. Again, thank you to everybody that entered, to Jack, to David, Edward, Chris, Craig, Mark, of course. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to talk about music and friends.
So, as you can see, I had won the contest and I was so happy. I really wanted those records. I was excited about every single one of them, and I was like, man, I would love to win this. And so I was very happy to win, and I just wanted to thank the youngest members of the vinyl community. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody. Emma, of course, from 8 Vinyl Low, Jenna at Spins and Needles, Dylan at the Record Spinner, and Marican at Marican's Music. And I'm going to link to all these people below in my name dropping this episode section. So check these guys out. I will make another video when these records I want to arrive. But thank you so much, Emma and crew. I really do appreciate it, and I'm super excited. Thank you so much. So on Thursday, I was able to meet my daughter after she'd come back from Los Angeles, and she took me to Pizza Ranch. It's her birthday on Saturday, and she bought me a Pizza Ranch meal, which I really appreciated. And I just love getting caught up with her. She is so funny, and I just enjoy her company so much. I want to show a few pictures that I took during our supper. I didn't get any video. I wanted the experience to be genuine, and I didn't want to videotape the whole thing. So I just grabbed a couple pictures I wanted to show you, but I was so happy to see her and her husband and Song, who's in these pictures too. And I just wanted to show a couple pictures for Thursday. Friday was another big day for me. 2 events happened on Friday night. Friday night is my movie night with my niece Lily. So every Friday we try to get together and pick out a movie to watch. And then my friend Mike, once a month on a Friday, he likes to have what he calls a Bloody Mary party. We get together with friends, and we enjoy each other company and some tasty cocktails.
Okay. Do you want one of Mark's Cokes and whiskeys? Do you want a different drink? I could make a margarita.
No, why are you taking a picture of it?
I'm not taking any pictures.
Taking a video.
I have to document my...
Mark's trying to prove it wasn't a sausage party.
After I spent some hours over at Mike's bar and Billiards, I went over to Lily's house, and the movie we watched this week was The Shape of Water. Lily knew that I loved the old classic movie, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, and she suggested we watch this together. And so let me read you a little bit about what Wikipedia says about The Shape of Water from 2017. The Shape of Water is a 2017 romantic fantasy film directed and co-produced by Guillermo del Toro and written by del Toro and Vanessa Taylor. It stars Sally Hawkins, Michael Shannon, Richard Jenkins, Doug Jones, Michael Stuhlbarg, and Octavia Spencer. Set in 1962 Baltimore, Maryland, the film follows a mute cleaner at a high-security government laboratory who falls in love with a captured humanoid amphibian creature and decides to help him escape from death at the hands of an evil colonel. It was primarily inspired by del Toro's childhood memories of seeing Creature from the Black Lagoon and wanting to see the Gill Man and Kay Lawrence, played by Julie Adams, succeed in their romance. So this movie had so much going for it, just beautiful cinematography, great story. If you love the old Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, do not expect to love this movie. It's a different animal. Excuse the pun. It's a different animal, but it's more of a romantic comedy. There's actually not comedy. It's more of a romance. There's not a lot of there is some comedy in there, but it's more of a romance than a typical monster movie. And there are obviously some fantasy elements in it, but that actress Sally Hawkins, amazing actress, and just it's a really interesting movie. I will always prefer Creature from the Black Lagoon just because it was so much a part of my makeup growing up. Anyway, I will always love Creature from the Black Lagoon even more than this. It's a work of art. But this is an interesting movie. It has some interesting twists. I can see where people might be a little put off by the love connection between the woman and the creature, but it didn't bother me too much. It's a fantasy movie, so I thought it was very good. So Saturday, the big thing on Saturday, Luxy's 22nd birthday. And I love my daughter so much, and I just think she's a fascinating person. I think she's a courageous person. Every year, I think I love her more. I think she's more interesting. I enjoy talking to her more. And she never lets me down. I'm just so proud of her. I did get some footage at the gathering. So there was a birthday party at her maternal grandmother's house. I got some footage. I tried to grab a couple candid shots, and then I got her and her husband sitting down. I tried to get him into a domestic dispute just to, get my numbers up for YouTube. But they weren't having any of it. And then I got her a present. And before you watch this little segment I'm going to show, please know that my daughter loves records. She loves vinyl. She loves the Beatles. So this isn't one of those cases where I bought something that I enjoyed and gave it to her, hoping she would enjoy it. I knew that she would enjoy what she got. So let's roll the clip.
Joke. Every month, go in there and you go to. No, it's not every year. Yeah, and then you umbrella and you just too. Right. Out, yeah, see?
I'm videotaping, so if you guys want to get into a domestic dispute, it'd be great for videos. Come on.
Why are you videoing?
For my weekly videos. This is going to be the highlight. Holding it up. There's the Beatles rubber sole, and there's Luxy holding it. She says it's the best gift she's gotten in several years, actually.
It is.
How do you feel about that song? I bet you've gotten Luxy some gifts, but she says they pale in comparison to the Beatles rubber sole.
Thank you, Mark.
I love you. So I loved hanging out with her and talking with her mom some more, and she just, her mom's side of the family, they're all very friendly. They're not as interesting as Luxy, though, I will say that. But I just enjoyed our time together. Afterwards, Lily wanted to show me, Lily, my niece, wanted to show me another video that had a impact on her when she was growing up. And it is a video called Lollipop Chainsaw. And you know, I'm not a gamer. I don't know any of these things. So it was, all this stuff is just intriguing. Some of it is funny. Some of it is disturbing, but I find it all very interesting. And I was watching it and I said, how old were you when you started playing this? And she said, in single digits. So she was pretty young when she started playing this, but it kind of gave me an insight into Lily's personality. So I want to show a little clip of Lollipop Chainsaw.
These are my girls on the San Romero cheer squad. We've gone to the Nationals 3 years in a row, but we haven't won yet. Ugh. To keep my energy up, I eat lollipops. I know what you're thinking. I'm getting so fat, but they're so yum. This spot. No. Yeah! Seriously, dude. The hell?
And that's it for episode 11 of the week in retrospect. I hope to catch you next week, and maybe I'll get some videos in with some of these vinyl records for Halloween in between the episodes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.